Basically, when I talk just about myself, in standard 12th, I had economic science background, which is like the PCM regular subject with economics. So basically, I didn't want to restrict myself to just engineering or JE or the particular subject or course that my stream dictates. So because I wanted a diverse curriculum to study in, and so that I can get an opportunity to work somewhere else and not just stick to one arena, I found IPM as a solution to that, because here at IPM, we study not just humanities and social sciences, but mathematics and statistics and core economics, which helps you go and diverge into any other course or stream that you want. There are specializations such as finance, or there are operations research, there are social studies, qualitative and quantitative researches as well, which you can be a part of through the teachers that IPM provides you. And the professors here are super helpful. So basically, during 12th, when I saw the IPM, the course, the website, and the entire structure, the thing that appealed to me the most was the diversity of it all, because it covers every singular aspect. You cannot leave this course saying that you know nothing about a particular stream or that you're unaware of a particular subject, because even you might be bad at it, you might not be as good in economics as you are in statistics, or let's say even the psychology or other HSS subjects, but there is bound to be something that you took off learning from that particular course to your home, to your individual personality, and that makes you grow not just as a person but also as a worker. Because at the end of the day, if you run a business or you're part of a big corporation, you need to realize that you're getting paid for your job, so you need to be good at what you're doing, and IPM provides you just that. You're employable and you're good and experienced at whatever you're doing. So again, I will take y'all back to when it was the first time that I saw IPM, because one of my friends suggested it to me that there is this course in IIM Indore, which also is offered to undergraduate students. So right after my 12th, if I pursue my 3 years undergraduate, and after that 2 years of MBA. So that essentially puts me at a very nascent age of 23 when I'm getting my first job. And I already have an MBA in my pocket. So basically, by the time I'm 25, or even as you said, 7 years down the line, I'm like 20, 27, 30. By that time, I would have firmly set myself in an industry where I want to be a part. Because when people get a little work experience and join the MBA, let's say at the age of 25, when you get out at 27, by the time you're 30, you just realize that there are only a few areas you can dabble in, because you have to set a field and expertise for yourself. But what is beneficial for IPMers is that at a nascent age, they can explore a lot of things. So at the end of 7 years from now, I would see myself doing what I like doing, and not just doing because, because the salary is more or the work is something that I want to be part of. I will do it because I want to. And it's necessary for, I think, individual growth, not just in terms of how you help yourself, but also how you help the company grow or the business, whatever you're part. So obviously, like most of the people that would be watching this video, I also belong to a middle class family. So the fee structure was always and still is an issue for us, because every term we are charged a fees of 1.25 lakhs just for tuition. And apart from that, there are hostel fees, mess fees, and your own expenses. So basically, even if your parents are, not well off, or you have the ability to at least put yourself through this institution for 5 years, uh, there is a little surety that just by looking at the brochure on the website, you can see the annual package and what you would get at the end of the 5 years. And you would essentially, see that at least if you maintain the above average decency, in just not in terms of academics and position of responsibilities and the things you do at college, if you maintain that, you might just end up getting a higher salary than the average that is in the brochure. So basically, even though at the end of 5 years it amounts to much, the return factor that comes in at the end of 5 years, I think substitutes for the fact that you are studying at a premium management institute, and it helps you gain not just the knowledge, but the expertise and the necessary exposure you need, not from the people, but from your seniors as well. Because at the end of the day, they will be employed first than they can tell their experiences, so that you can have, a better life, a better choice, and a better career right at the start of when you're entering the corporate sector, or if you want to start a business. So that is what I think. Doing all that and gaining all that experience is worth even if it costs a lot of money. And on the other hand, if you're good at it, if you're doing well in college, you would literally gain all of that money back in like a couple of years or 3, 4 years down the line. So if I'm talking just about myself, I don't think that I do. Money is an very important factor that comes into your mind whenever you're working for some place. But for me personally, what I want to do takes preference, but not discounting that fact. But still, again, as I have mentioned before, I am from a middle class family. So money at the end of the day will come to court because I don't want to do well just for myself, but also for the people around me, for my parents, for my siblings, and etc. So because of that, when I saw that after doing this 5 years, there was a lucrative job opportunity that would help me gain not only the corporate world exposure, but also would pay me well. I think obviously that excited me, but there was a thought at the back of my mind that, oh, probably that if I get this along with the thing that I wanted to do, so it will be even better because I'm not just getting paid for the thing that I'm just doing as my work. I'm getting paid for a thing that I like. And how can I do that? I think IPM was the best opportunity that I could have chosen. And it would help me blossom into such a person and a manager, which would help me efficiently, as our motto says, not just be socially conscious, but also be contextually relevant. Okay. So when I talk about my interest per se, first I'll talk about my interest, then I'll talk about what I've seen in my peers, my friends, my batchmates. So again, as I said, I'm from an eco-science background. So basically it lends itself to this course because I've also studied economics and mathematics, which are basically two pillars of IPM, and the other two statistics and HSS. I'm not particularly good at HSS courses, but I'm super grateful that this course is teaching me that, because not just do I get to know the concepts of sociology, psychology, and primitive thinking of how basic marketing skills work, what you do to people that entices them, and how can you market a product in such a way that it appeals to them. Learning those courses along with having a strong foundation in economics and maths, in which I have interest as well as I do score well, I think you can maintain a very steady GPA as well as follow your own interest in colleges, have a little fun because at the end of the day it's college, and dabble in all the arenas. So like there are fests for colleges, you apply for those fests, you apply for positions of responsibility. I am wearing a Athar hoodie. Athar is the fest that our IPM student body conducts. So along with doing that, my interests would align in all areas. It's not just specific to one particular arena. So it's maths, economics, and then participating in a little bit of extracurricular activities. And I'm also part of the activity club this year, which is basically a club for organizing various events that goes on in college. So basically, if you dabble into whatever your interests are, follow your passion in not just a vague sense of do what you like to do, figure out at what you're good at doing. And if you like doing it, then well and good, go ahead and do it, because at the end of the day, you have to make the most of all the years that you're spending at this college. And it's not going to come back. So might as well make the most of it. Because IPM has not, it's just been 10 years since the course has started, and it takes 5 years for a batch to graduate, which means that only 6 batches till now have gotten placed. So basically, there are not a lot of IPMers in the corporate industry as of now. But when you come to IPM, it becomes your responsibility to make people aware that listen, there is this course called IPM that is being offered by one of the best management institutes in our country, and what they provide is not just the knowledge skill, but also whatever you want. If you want the advice of professors, if you want to do projects, if you want to have a little fun and also be part of fests in which you will gain just experience of working and how to work with people, you will get all that. So basically, if your interests are aligned, not just in the sense of which, irrespective of whichever background you are, because trust me when I say this, there are people from arts, commerce, science, and whatever XYZ board you take, whether it's state board, ICSE, CBSE, there are people from every aspect who are represented here. So in no way will you feel left out. So applying here, even if you slightly are interested to, have an undergraduate degree, which not just confines you to a space, it gives you arena and space to grow, not just as an individual, but also as a manager, as a person who's being employed at the end of this, and to do a job at which you're good at. So if you want to do it, just start preparing for it, because at the end of it, I think the exposure that you get from just coming here and talking with other people, because at the end of the day, these other people are different from you as well. Because my roommates are from commerce background and another one is from pure science background. So obviously we have different experiences to share. You get to know more about the world, you get to know more about the countries. And IPM is a pure representation of India. So basically people from every state, every little nook and cranny of the country are here. So it's not that it's not prevalent, it's just that it's not famous and not enough people know about it. But we can change that once you come here and you realize that this is a really good program and a really good undergraduate degree which has a lot of value.